अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज हम टैक्सेशन के अंदर जो टॉपिक कवर करेंगे वो है द फेडरल एक्साइज एक्ट 2005। इसके जो फर्स्ट चैप्टर है जिसके अंदर हम प्रिलिमिनरी फोकस करेंगे। शॉर्ट टाइटल एक्सटेंड एंड कमिटमेंट दिस एक्ट may called Federal Excise Act 2005. It extended to the whole of Pakistan. It shall come into force on first day of July 2005. As far as the definition is concerned, in this act, unless there is anything repugnant in the subject or context, adjudicating authority means any authority competent to the past and order or decision under act or the rules made thereunder but does not include the board of appellate tribunal. Adjustment means deduction of the amount of duty paid on goods used in the manufacture or production of other goods from the amount of duty payable on such other goods in the prescribed manner. Appellate tribunal means the appellate tribunal inland revenue established under the section 130 of the Income Tax Ordinance 2005. Board means the Federal Board of Revenue established under the Central Board of the Revenue Act 19024, 4 of 19024, and the commencement of the Federal Board of Revenue Act 2007, the Federal Board of Revenue established under the Section 3 thereof. Chief Commissioner means a person appointed as a Chief Commissioner Inland Revenue under the Section 29. Commissioner means to person appointed as a Commissioner Inland Revenue under Section 29. Conveyance means the means of transportation used of carrying goods or passengers such as vessel, aircraft, vehicles or animal act. Default surcharges means surcharges levied under Section 8. Distributor means a person appointed by a manufacturer in for a specified area to purchase goods from him for sale to a wholesale dealer in that area. Due date in relation to furnish due date in relation to furnishing a return under the section 4 means the 15 days of the month following the end of the month or such other dates as the board may with notification in the official gazette specify and different dates may be specified for furnishing of different parts of an effect of return. Dutiable goods means the excisable goods specified in the first schedule except these which are exempt under section 16 of the act. Dutiable apply means a apply of dutiable goods made by manufacturer other than a supply of goods which is exempt under section 16 of the act. Dutiable service means all accessible services specified in the first schedule except those which are exempt under section 16 of the act. Duty means a sum payable under the provision of this act of the rules made there under and include the default surcharges and duty chargeable at the rate of 0%. Duty due means due duty in respect of the applies sup- uh, respect of supplies made or service provided or rendered during the month of shall be paid at the time of filing of return. Establishment include an undertaking firm, a company or company whether incorporated or not, an association of person and individual. Factory means any premises including the presence thereof, wherein or in any part of which goods are manufactured or wherein or in any part of which may manufacturing process connected with the production of goods in being carried on or is ordinarily carried on. Officer of Inland Revenue means any person appointed by the board or as officer of Inland Revenue under the Section 29 or any person including an officer of the provincial government entrusted by the board with any of the power of any officer of Inland Revenue under this Act or rules made thereunder. Franchise means an authority given by a franchisor under which a franchisee is contractually or otherwise guaranteed any right to produce, manufacture, sell, or trade in or do any others. Business activity in respect of the goods or to provide service to undertake any process identified with franchisor against the fee of the consideration including royalty or technical fee whether or not trademark. Such mark, trade name, logo, brand name or any such representation or symbolic as the case may be is involved. Goods means goods liable to excise duty under this Act or as specified in the first schedule and include goods manufactured or produced in non-tariff area and throughout for the use of consumption to tariff area. Good goods insurance include fire, marine, thief, accident and other such miscellaneous insurance. Import and export means respectively bring into, taking out of the Pakistan by sea, land or air and shall be deemed to have always been so defined. Kaibor means Karachi Interbank Offer Rate prevalent of first day of each quarter of financial year. Manufacture include any process in incidental or ancillary to the completion of the manufactured products, any process of remanufacture, remaking, reconditioning, or repair, and the process of packing or packing such a product, and in relation to tobacco include the preparation of cigarettes, roads, barrier cigarettes, and pipe or hookah. Tobacco, chewing tobacco or a preparation or manufacture tobacco in drying, cutting and trashing of raw tobacco. And the world manufacture shall be constructed accordingly and shall include the Federal Excise Act 2005. Any person who implies hire labor in a production or manufacture of goods or any person who engage in the production or manufacture of goods on his own account of in such are intended for sales and any person who engage in the production or manufacture of goods on his own account if such goods are intended for sales and Any person who, whether or not he carried out process of manufacturing himself or throughout his employees, or any other person gets any process of manufacture carried out on his behalf by any person who is not in his employment, provided that any person so dealing in goods shall be demand to have the manufacture for the purpose of this act such goods in which the deal in any capacity whatever. Non-fund banking services include all non-interest based services provided or rendered by the banking companies or non-banking or financial institution against a consideration in a form of fee, commission or charges. Non-tariff area means Azad Jammu and Kashmir, northern areas and such other territories or areas to which this act does not apply. Person include a company, an association, a body of individual, whether or not, incorporated or not, a public or local authority, a provincial government or the federal government. Prescribed means prescribed under this act or by rules made thereunder. Property developers or promoters means person engaged in development of purchase or lease land for conversion into a residential or commercial plot or construction of residential or commercial unit for sale. Registered person means a person who is registered or required to be registered under this act, provided that a person who is not registered but is required to be registered shall not be entitled to any benefit or privilege under this act or rules made thereunder unless he is registered, and such benefits and privilege, unless allowed by board, shall be confined to provide a registration. Sales and purchase with their go- governmental variation and concrete expressions means by transfer of the possession of goods or rendering and providing service by one person to another in the ordinary course of trade or business for cash deferred payment or other consideration. Sales Act made means the manner of collection of payment under the Sales Act 1990 and rules made there under of the duties of excise chargeable under this act, specified to collected and paid as if such duties were tax chargeable under the section 3 of the said act, and all provision of that act and rules, notification order and instructions made or issued thereunder shall munis apply to the excise duty or chargeable. Schedule means the schedule appeal to this act. Service means service facilitate and utilize liable to excise duty under this act as specified in the first schedule read with chapter 98 of the Pakistan custom tariff, including the service facilities and utilities originating from Pakistan or its tariff area terminating in Pakistan or its tariff area. Supply includes sales, lead, or the other description of the goods shall include such transaction as the board, with the approval of the federal minister in charge, may notify in official gazette from time to time. Tariff area means area other than the non-tariff area. Unmanufactured tobacco means tobacco usable for manufacture of cigarette as manufactured by green leaf threshing unit after processing and converging of tobacco green leaf. Whistleblower means whistleblower was whistleblower as defined in the section 42D of the Federal Excise Act of 1990. Wholesale dealer means a person who buys or sells goods wholesale for the purpose trade or manufacture and include broker or commission agent who, in addition to making contract for the sale or purchase of the goods for other, stocks such goods belonging to other as an agent for the purpose of sales. And zero rated means duty of the federal excise levied and charged at the rate of 0% under Section 5 of this Act. Now come toward the chapter second. फर्स्ट चैप्टर के अंदर हमने वो तमाम डिटेल डेफिनेशंस देखी जो कि हमारे बिजनेस से रिलेटेड वो बेसिक टर्म हैं और उनको जो है हमारे इन द लाइट ऑफ टैक्सेशन लॉ किस तरीके से डिक्लेयर, किस तरीके से एक्सेप्ट या किस तरीके से डिफाइन किया जाता है। इनकी टैक्सेशन लॉ की रोशनी में डेफिनेशन को जानना और इसको अंडरस्टैंड करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। उसी की बुनियाद पर हमारी फर्दर अंडरस्टैंडिंग बढ़ती है कि किस तरीके से टैक्सेशन लॉ एक्सेप्ट करता है मुख्तलिफ रेवेन्यूज़ को, मुख्तलिफ इनकम को, मुख्तलिफ ट्रेड ट्रांजेक्शन को। वो तमाम बिजनेस टर्म जो कि बिजनेस में नॉर्मली यूटिलाइज और यूज़ की जाती हैं उनको हमारी टैक्सेशन में किस तरीके से एक्सेप्ट या रियलाइज किया जाता है। अब हम चैप्टर 2 की तरफ जा रहे हैं, लेवी कलेक्शन एंड पेमेंट ऑफ ड्यूटी। ड्यूटीज स्पेसिफाई इन द फर्स्ट शेड्यूल टू बी लेविड subject to provision of this act and rules made there under 3 shall be levied and collected in such manner as may be prescribed duties of excise on goods produced or manufactured in Pakistan, goods imported into Pakistan, irrespective of their final destination in territories of Pakistan, such goods as the federal government may by notification in the official gazette specify as are produced or manufactured in the non-tariff area and are brought to tariff area for sales or consumption thereon and service provided in Pakistan including the service originated outside but rendered in Pakistan at the rate of 15% ad valorem except the goods and services specified in the first schedule which shall be charged to federal excise duty as and the rates set forth through. Secondly, duty in respect of goods imported into Pakistan shall be levied and collected in the same manner at the same time as if it were a duty of custom payable under the Custom Act of 1969, 4 of 1969 and the provision of the said act including section 31A therefore shall apply. The board may be notification in the official gazette in lieu of levying and collecting under the subsection duties of excise on goods and services as the case may be levied and collect duties. In the light of Federal Excise Act 2005 on the production capacity of plant machinery undertaking establishment of installations producing or manufacturing such goods or on fixed basis as it may deem fit on any goods or class of goods of on any service or class of service payable by establishment or undertaking producing or manufacturing such goods or providing or rendering such services, subject to provision of subsection 3 of section 6 or any notification issued there under where accessible goods and services are applied to a person who has not obtained registration number, the federal government may by notification in the official gazette charge, levy and collect on the accessible goods and services specified in the notification and further duty at the rate of 2% of the value in addition to the rate specified in subsection 1, 3, 4 and 5 of this section. Without prejudice to the other provision of this act and federal government may levy and collect duty on any class of goods and services by notification in the official gazette at such higher or lower rate or rates as may be specified in such notification. The liability to pay duty shall be in case of goods produced or manufactured in Pakistan of the persons manufacturer or producing such goods. In case of goods imported into Pakistan of the person importing such goods. In case of service provided or rendered in Pakistan of the person providing or rendering such service provided where service are rendered by the person out of Pakistan, the recipient of such service in Pakistan shall be liable to pay duty. In case of goods produced or manufactured in non-tariff areas such as Azad Jammu and Kashmir and northern areas and brought to the tariff area of sales consumption of the person bringing or causing to bring such goods to tariff areas. In respect of goods specified in the fourth schedule of minimum production of the month shall be determined on the basis of the single or more input or consumed in the production process as per criterion specified in the fourth schedule of and if minimum production so determined exceed the actual applies for the month, such minimum production shall be treated as quantity applied during the month and the liability to pay duty shall be discharged accordingly. एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे सब्जेक्ट टू सबसेक्शन 1 फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ दिस सेक्शन गुड्स मीन्स द गुड्स स्पेसिफाई इन द चैप्टर 1 जिनको चैप्टर 1 में हमने गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज की डेफिनेशन देखी जो टैक्सेशन लॉ में डिटरमाइन की गई हैं 97 and service means the service specified in Chapter 98 of the first schedule to the Custom Act 1969 4 of 1969. Filing of the return and payment of duty for every month or registered person shall furnish not later than the due dates a true and correct return in such manner and form as may be prescribed by the Board of Notification in the Official Gazette. Duty due for dutiable supplies made or service rendered during the month shall be deposited by the registered person in the designated branch of the bank by the date as prescribed in this respect, provided that the board may by notification in the official gazette prescribe any other manner or disposing the duty. A registered person may be subjected to approval of the Commissioner Inland Revenue of the Federal Excise having jurisdiction file a revised return within the 120 days of the filing of return under subsection 1 and correct any commission or wrong declaration made through. The board may, by notification in the official gazette, require any person or class of person who any goods or class of goods furnish such summary or detail of particulars pertaining to import, purchase, utilization, consumption, production, sales, or disposal of such goods during any month or month in such a format and manner as may be specified. The provision of this subsection may be enumerated merits in respect of services. The board may by an order to specify the manner and producer for filing of the return of the purpose of this act or rules made thereunder any for payment of duty by electronic means. The board may specify the manner of the procedure for the submission, receipt, and transmissions of any information for the purpose of this act or rules made thereunder by electronic means. Every amount of duty due from any person on any other account shall also be deposited on the prescribed return in the bank branch designated and in the same manner as aforesaid. The board may be rules made under this act prescribe a composite returns. Number 5, zero rate of duty and drawback of duty act, notwithstanding the provision of section 3, the goods exported out of Pakistan and such goods may be by a notification in the official gazette specified by the federal government shall be charged to duty at the rate of the 0% and adjustment of duty in terms of section 6 shall be admissible on such goods. The board may be notification in the official gazette grant drawback of duty paid on any goods used in a manufacture of any goods manufactured in the exported out of Pakistan or shipped as provision of stores for consumption on board a ship or aircraft proceeding to a destination outside Pakistan at such rate or a rate and subject to such condition and limitation as may be specified in the notification. Notwithstanding anything in the subsection 1 and 2, and the board may by notification in the official gazette prohibit the payment of the drawbacks, refund or adjustment of duty upon the exportation of goods or any specified goods or class of goods any specified for foreign port or territories. Number 6, adjustment of duties of excise for the purpose of determining net liability of the duty in respect of any goods. The duty already paid on goods specified in the first schedule and used directly as input goods for the manufacture or production of such goods shall be deducted from the amount of duty calculated on such goods. Adjustment of the duty of excise under subsection 1 shall be admissible only if a person registered under this Act holds a valid proof to the effect that has paid the price of goods purchased by him including the amount of duty and receive the price of goods sold by him including the amount of duty throughout the banking channel including the online payment whether throughout the credit card or otherwise. From the date to be notified by the board, adjustment of the duty of excise under subsection 1 shall be admissible only if the supplier of input goods and services has declared such supply in his return and he has paid amount of tax due as indicated in his return. Notwithstanding anything contained in this act or the rules made thereunder, the board may by notification in the official gazette may impose restriction on wastage of material on which input tax has been claimed in respect of the goods or class of goods. Notwithstanding the provision of subsection, the board may by a notification in the official gazette disallow or restrict whole or part of the amount of the otherwise regulate the adjustment of duty in respect of any goods or class of goods. Application of the provision of the Sales Act 1990 in case of goods specified in the second schedule or such services as may be specified by the board throughout the notification in the official gazette, the duty shall payable in the sales tax made where a registered person manufacture or producing such goods or providing or rendering such services shall be entitled to deduct input tax paid during the tax period from the amount of the duty excise due from the him on such goods or services in respect of that tax period. A registered person shall be entitled to deduct the amount of duty or excise paid on payable by him or such of goods or services as were acquired by him during the tax period from the output tax due from him in respect of the tax period. A registered person supplying such goods or providing the rendering such services shall be entitled to deduct duty of excise paid or payable or such goods or services are required by him during the tax period from the amount of duty excise due from him on such goods manufactured or produce or service as are provided or rendered by him during the period therein. A person shall be entitled to uh, deduct duty or excise paid or payable on such goods or services as are acquired by him during a month, from the amount of duty of excise due from him on such goods manufactured or produced or service as provided or rendered by him during the month, such services as are provided or rendered by him during the month. Provision of the Sales Act 1990 relating to the levy and exemptions from the Sales Act registration, bookkeeping and invoicing requirement, return offence and penalties, appeal and recovery of the arrears shall with such the modification and alteration as it may consider necessary or describable, adapt them to the circumstances, be applicable in regard to like the matter in respect of the duty liable under this Act. Explanation: for the purpose of this section, the expression input tax, output tax, and tax period shall have the same meaning as assigned to them in the Sales Act 1990. Default surcharges: if the person does not pay the duty due or any part thereon within the prescribed time, or receive or refund of the duty or drawbacks, or makes an adjustment which is not admissible to him, he shall, in addition to the duty due, pay default surcharges at the rate 12% per annum of the duty due, refund of duty or drawbacks. Explanation: for the purpose of this section, this period of default shall be reckoned from the date following the due date on which the duty was payable to the preceding day on which the duty is actually paid, and b, in case of inadmissible adjustment of refund of duty or drawbacks, period of default shall be reckoned from the date of such adjustment, or as the case may be, refund of the duty drawbacks is received. 9. Liability for payment of the duty in case of private companies or business enterprise, or in case of the sales business ownership. Notwithstanding anything contained in any other law of the time being force, whereas any private company or business enterprise is closed or discontinued, or otherwise case to exist, and the amount of the duty chargeable on the company or business enterprise, whether therefore in the course of the other its liquidation, cannot be recovered from the company or business enterprise. Every person who was a owner of the partner in the director of the company or business enterprise shall jointly and severally with such person be liable for the payment of such duty. Part thereof involving the charges of the duty to an other person as an ongoing concern, the chargeable duty shall be paid by the person to whom such sales is made. Ownership is transferred provided that if any amount of the duty payable by the such person remain unpaid, such unpaid amount of the duty shall be the first charge on the asset of the business and shall be payable by the transferee of business, provided that no business enterprise or part thereof shall be sold or transferred unless the outstanding duty is paid and a no objection certificate in this behalf from the commissioner concerned is obtained. In case of termination of a business or part of involving any outstanding charges of duty, a person terminating such business, a part thereof shall be required to account of any pay of outstanding charges of duty as if no such termination has taken place. Application value and rate of the duty. The value and the rate of the duty applicable to the any goods or service shall be the value retail price, tariff value and the rate of the duty in force. In the case of the goods on the date on which the goods are supplied for export or for home consumption, in case in the case of services on the date on which the service are provided or rendered, and in the case of goods produced or manufactured outside the areas to which this act has been applied and brought to such area for sale or consumption, the date on which the goods are brought to those areas. Collection of Excise Duty Act. Every person who for any reason whatever has collected or collects any duty which is not payable as duty or which is in excess of the duty actually payable and the incidence of the which has been passed on the consumer shall pay the amount so collected to the federal government, and all provisions of act or rules made thereunder shall apply for the recovery of the such amount, and claim for refund of any such amount paid or recovered shall not be admissible on any ground whatever. आज की क्लास को हम यहीं पर वाइंड अप करेंगे और नेक्स्ट क्लास में इसको यहीं से कंटिन्यू करेंगे. अल्लाह हाफिज़.